Right, so we got another load of topsoil coming here to one of my friends' houses. Actually, they had a pool installed. They are going to take on the responsibility of doing the installation. So what I'm doing is bringing them a couple loads of topsoil. So typically whenever pool builders are backfilling it, they're going to bring in clay because it's cheap and does a good job of compacting, but there's no nutrition in that, right? So we got a little load here, got another load coming. I'm on dump here. We're going to use the machine, the bucket, just kind of create some piles around the yard, and then I'll use a land plane to smooth it all out. So the crew is currently working on getting caught up with the mowing today. We were rained out yesterday, and I am putting my machine to work. So I'm really kind of at the point in business where I want to be using our machine as much as possible. And if I can use it to move material and reduce my actual physical labor, that's what I want to do. Always make sure that those doors are completely locked in. If this thing swings open and then you start dumping, well, if you ever bent doors on a trailer before, not good. So make sure them things lock and they don't swing out of the way, because you'll bend them whenever you dump. And that might sound intuitive to some of y'all, but if you haven't used a dump trailer before, you just don't know. And I like to keep it simple on this channel. So that was actually a good drop. A lot of times, if you get rain or if there's any moisture up in here, this dirt gets stuck in here, and it's a nightmare to get out, honestly. But everything came out pretty good. I found that if you will tilt it all the way back and then basically bounce it a few times just to kind of loosen everything up and then pull off relatively quickly, there's a greater likelihood you'll get the majority of your load out. But again, sand, easy comes out. Gravel, easy comes out. But dirt, if it gets wet, it starts to clump together and it'll get stuck. That's nothing. I've had it in here before where like half this is stuck and it just won't come out. I always steer clear of this, fellas. It'd not be a good way to go. People ask what kind of dump trailer I got. This is an Anderson. I got it because that's just what the guy in my area was selling. I honestly didn't do a whole lot of research on it. I think I paid $8,000 for this, maybe $8,500. I think they are close to $10,500 now for the same. This is a 7x12. But I remember this was the first, hold on. This is one of the very first things that I bought. A lot of lawn guys working out here today. This is one of the very first assets that I bought of substantial value and paid cash for. Just wrote a check. Whenever you're starting out, like, you don't really have the ability to just go out and write $8,000, $9,000 checks. But whenever we're talking about reinvesting back into our businesses, well, over the course of the year, hopefully you have profit that you can accumulate, and you have to decide on like what is a good way to spend this money. And I'll tell you, for me, that dump trailer has been a game changer for us. It really has. It's opened us up to doing jobs that we could have never done. Like this right here, could have never done this before. I do a lot of jobs now where I will just literally drop off dirt for people, and they pay me a delivery fee, and of course, we get the dirt for a contractor's rate, so I'm able to make a little bit there. But the dump trailer has been one of those things that I chose to reinvest into our business, and it's had a great return for us. That's about 10 minutes in. We got the majority of the dirt at least just dumped across the yard. So what we're going to do is now we're going to switch out here into the land plane and start smoothing all this out. Still got a low area right over here. I'd like to push some of this dirt up in there to kind of fill in that low area. So I want to make a point real quick with this land plane. So first we went this way, or I went this way. Now I'm going to hit it basically diagonally, because you can smooth out lumps this way, but you're still going to have lumps depending on which way you're running the machine. So again, we're going to hit it horizontally, diagonally, and at the end I'll do straight back, and everything should be nice and smooth once it's all finished. But it's important. I just wanted to make the point that whenever you're using attachment, it doesn't matter if you're using a bucket or whatever, you need to hit it from multiple directions, because you're going to catch highs depending on which direction you're coming from, and you can dump those highs into the lows. Okay, so much improved. This thing is ready to go. We took the topsoil of 2 loads and blended it into the existing material. Now look, I do not like to just spread topsoil and then like you have your base layer and then another whole like layer of topsoil on top of that. I don't like that. I want to incorporate it with the existing material that's in the lawn, because if you don't, the grass, what we have learned, and people a lot smarter than me and you have figured this out. All right, gonna have to finish this one up with my cell phone. But anyways, the folks at the University of Florida said if you just do topsoil and you don't blend it with the existing material that's in there, what happens is the grass has a tendency to go down into that topsoil, and they're like, hey, this is like nice and nutritious, and we don't want to go down into that clay. So the grass will never develop a really good root system. Again, I didn't say that. The experts at Florida and Georgia, the lab coats, those guys said that. So what we do is we put the topsoil in the lawn, and then we blend it into the existing material that's in the lawn, and that gives the grass the encouragement to grow down, because now nutrition is blended into the entire soil here. So this one came out really good. There was a low spot right in here, pushed a lot of material in here, got it ready. So these folks are going to end up framing this in with like pine straw and create a natural flower bed area back here. Lots of shade in this yard. Fantastic spot for like a hammock or a fire pit back there. A lot of possibilities. Just a big backyard right here. But yep, we are good to go on this one. They are actually going to be laying the sod themselves. I just did the dirt work for them. 15 pallets of centipedes here. They'll prioritize this area and just start pushing it back as far as they want to. So again, land plane does some serious work, man. Just a fantastic attachment if you're doing dirt work. For me, it just allows me, for me, that land plane has just allowed me to really speed up the grading process. I'm pretty good, and I can tell you that land plane makes it easier, especially whenever you're just getting started with this.